I read the book of our dear mother in the faith, Mrs. Faith Oyedepo, how she was struck on the altar. Look at the Bible. Job chapter 1. The Bible began this scripture by telling us the credentials of Job. Job 1 verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. That man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. This was a man who walked with God. But there was a challenge, and Job was not even aware. Satan went to God. Is it not because you blessed him that is worshiping you? If you didn't bless him, will he worship you? God said, this man loved me more than things. Satan said, it's not true. He said, okay, go and try it. He went. One day, all of his wealth and children disappeared. You will be there asking, all of them, where's the owner? They pray. Why didn't you see when Satan wanted to attack your son? If you have not heard such things, you don't know faith. If things happen to you and everybody come to sympathize with you, you are not a man of faith. That means you have not said some rugged things before. They will show. I thought you say you see. How come attack came? 7 of your children, you didn't see one. You will keep quiet and learn humility in faith. As if that was not enough, Satan still came and afflicted the man. Are you not the one who was saying here that Christ in you is the hope of glory? Are you all the one shouting and singing, if that same spirit that raised up Jesus from the dead lives in us, it quickens our mortal body? Are you not the one saying, I cannot be sick? Oh God, how come you are lying down? You will turn to God and bite your finger. But you see, it will be too late to doubt God. And because you can't doubt God, it becomes like a prison. You can't deny your faith, and you can't deny the fact that you are where you shouldn't be. And people are asking. That's where Job found himself. It's called trial of faith. Your health will be attacked. Your loved ones will be attacked. Look at Paul, mighty apostle. The Bible says Paul was in Lystra. He was preaching. A man who was impotent from birth was watching, and Paul perceived that he had faith, and Paul told him, stand up. And a crippled man stood up and started walking. But Timothy, that was Paul's disciple, was sick. Guess what Paul said? Don't drink only water. Drink wine for what? Your often infirmities. Imagine if you saw Paul in the hospital with Timothy. You will carry phone and record. Come and see this fake apostle. I told you, all those miracles on the crusade are fake. See the real sickness, he can't do anything. Or God don't come hospital. Trials. 1 Timothy 5, 22 and 23. You know, I wondered how Paul felt when he wrote this to Timothy. Meanwhile, Paul was still talking to him about laying on of hands. He said, lay hands suddenly on no man. That means even Timothy was walking in miracles. So Paul was telling him, don't be carried away and start laying hands on everybody. Be wise, so that you don't partake of people's infirmity. Yet the guy was sick. So you will lay hands on somebody, he's shouting, I am healed. You turn, you are vomiting. That's faith. Paul, God mighty apostle, healed the sick, but his own disciple sick. He said, drink no longer water, but use little wine for thy stomach's sake and for thy often infirmities. So Timothy was sick. Paul was helpless many times. They had to look for a doctor to advise them. Recently somebody said, oh, these pastors have doctors. I said, you don't know faith. If you know the journey of faith, you will know. There's no law that says you shouldn't have doctors. But that doctors are present does not mean you should stop trusting God. Because of thy often infirmities. Those of you who follow the moves of God, you must have read across many generations some of the mighty workers of miracles. Either their children or their wives or themselves were sick, and they will go to massive crusades. Massive things will happen, but they will come back and nurse their sick children. I read the book of our dear mother in the faith, Mrs. Faith Oyedepo, how she was struck on the altar, went to preach with the husband somewhere. God's servant finished preaching for her to come take offering. She collected the mic and couldn't speak. And after a few seconds, God's servant discerned that something was wrong, rushed there and grabbed her from the altar. She was bedridden for more than 9 months. You will say, I thought this man says a man of faith. That's why it's happening. It's called trials of faith. Some of you followed the prayer watches that just ended yesterday. I made a declaration. A lady felt like something was coming out, rushed to the bathroom, literal fibroid came out of her. But I have somebody who needs healing in my house. They today is sick. You can't balance the equation. To make things worse, they followed. They were not healed. I saw other people's case. I didn't see their own. So what do you say? It's called trials of faith. You will go and lay hands on somebody's child. The person will come back to life. You'll come back home. Somebody else who is connected to you is going through a less condition. You shout, you sing, you pray, you fast, and nothing happens. They are trials of faith. Don't give up. These are the journeys. Even Jesus, they challenged him like that. He went to his hometown. The Bible says he couldn't do mighty works. They say, you, this carpenter, which day did you become a Messiah? We are the ones. Do you know we carried you when you were born? And Jesus tried, they couldn't. The Bible says only few sick folks were healed. So sometimes it's familiarity, sometimes it's unbelief, sometimes it's manipulation of the realm. Your duty is to keep believing